yesterday, you expected Josiah to get back to it at some point, but, I mean, did you expect something like that?
Well, I don't know if you expect anything other than he's been a huge part of this program from the time he walked on campus. And what I loved about him, and I've said it before, when Jordan was going through a little bit of a slump, he struggled in practice, but the last 2 days, we've had some really good work in practice, and Josiah got back to being aggressive. And what we told our guys that we're not going to sit around and watch Dalton do it. We got too many good players, and I said we're not going to do that. And I told those guys, it's simple. You're open. We want you to do what we do. And great performance with our guys tonight against you guys. Know how much respect I have for John and his program and his players. And we knew they were going to be a really difficult team to guard. We knew they could get going. I thought up until tonight I was the best player to ever come out of Hickory, but that got blown up tonight. Dillingham was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. But it's just a great team win for us. I thought Sakai and everyone, I talk about it. I thought Tobey's minutes were really important at a time when they were just really hitting us hard on the glass. But my surprise with Josiah and Santi, we've been through so much with those guys, and I'm not surprised because our older guys, our experience, I thought was really, really important tonight.
Coach, just back in the back, just before practice yesterday, you talked about the importance of getting off to a good start on the road, especially in this building. Talk about your guys being able to come out like they did in that first 10 minutes.
Well, again, the key is, we play fast too, and we told them it's going to be a totally different game than we've been in the last 2 games. We've been in a low possession game, played 2 teams, and obviously Kentucky's an extremely fast team and moves with it. We do too, and so we really tried to concentrate on transition defense because we didn't want them to get out and get going early. But on the other way, we said, hey, we want to do what we do, get down the floor as quickly as we can, and we're open. We want to shoot it, and again, we made shots early, but the great thing about it was coming within what we spend most of our time doing, but it was a mindset with our guys. I think the last 2 days leading up to this, we had some really highly competitive practices, and just really proud of the effort they gave tonight.
Rick, you referenced not having guys sit around and just watch Dalton and do it. Was this important for them to see what they can do still too?
Yeah, you know what, Mike, I don't even know why we got to that point. We haven't been that kind of team. And obviously he can go do it. There's some games, and there'll be some other games this year where he'll do some of that. But again, I also think Kentucky did a nice job guarding him, and as the season goes on, he's going to have to deal with that. I thought that John had a great game plan to make him guard as much as he possibly could, and they did a good job getting him into some mismatches that they wanted. And all this is new to him, and as he continues to grow, like he already has, he's got a chance to get so much better. But what I think helps him more than anything is that his teammates, they believe in him, but they also want him to continue to get better like they want to get better. And he will, because he's a worker.
Rick, you've seen that intensity from Tobey before, and how much of that was kind of that brouhaha sparking point for you guys?
Well, I've seen that intensity from Tobey. There's no doubt that he's got a streak in him that, Tobey's tough. He's so young to the game still, but the one thing he's going to do is going to go rebound, be physical, try to do his job, and compete. And that happens. I think the 2 teams, they're battling. Both teams played hard, and loose ball, you go get them, and it just is part of it. But have I seen him? Yeah, I've seen him like that a few times.
How important was Jonas tonight? What did you see out of him in the post?
Well, again, Jonas, has to deal with a lot around the rim there, and he helps. There's so many little subtle things that he does. I do think our guys feel like they've got someone behind him that can help him rim protect a little bit, and offensively, he's working hard to try to get his space and do things like that. But Jonas is a big part of what we need from him and what he will do, and this team needs it. And a couple times I thought we could have got it to him a little bit more where he actually got some position, but we didn't.
Ben and West.
Rick, what was different about Zakai tonight and him being able to bounce back from the last couple of performances?
Well, in all honesty, I told him that I thought he had to change his demeanor. I told him I think he's one of the best point guards in the country. But I told the whole team at some point in time, I can't be the only guy getting on guys. I said, you've got to do that, because I mean, I am relentless in terms of details and those type things. But I said, we can't be a team that when we're down, saying to each other, we're good, when it's not good. I said, we've got to be transparent. We've got to be, you guys were in practice yesterday, the last 2 days, he did a great job where he took it on himself. Said, hey, I'm the guy that's supposed to be driving this car, and I'm gonna make sure the guys are doing what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it. If not, I'm gonna let them know about it. And and tonight I thought he went through a stretch a little bit where he was trying to do a little bit too much, but overall, I thought he was terrific.
You talk a lot about how guys don't have to take a lot of shots to have a huge impact on the game, and for Vest to be the way he played tonight, is that an example of that? I mean, I think he took 4 shots and had just looked like a really big impact on that game.
What we tell our guys, we want you to do what you do with confidence. Do what you do. Don't do things you're not comfortable with. And Santi's very unselfish. I mean, you guys have been in practice. You get that. Watch this practice. We've taught him through the years. He's got to take shots. Because if we do that, if we turn down shots, which we have at times, it really messes our spacing up because guys are coming in to rebound, there's nowhere to go, and then we just get discombobbled. But Santi impacts the game in so many different ways, with whether he's taking a lot of shots or not. But I love it when he's driving. I love it when he takes his shots. But it's what he does all around. His defensive game is just tremendous, and he's not afraid to go mix it up rebound-wise. And I think his demeanor, I think that he and Zakai and Jemai and Jonas and I think those are the older guys, they have a lot of trust in each other, a lot of confidence in each other, and those guys are very real with each other. They really are, and they're willing to, they can talk through a lot of things. But Santi and Josiah and Meshack and Ziegler, they do an incredible job with fix-it plays when we break down and do some things, and they can really cover each other's back.
A few more for Coach.
Hey, Rick, Tennessee, you're the first team to score more than 100 at Rupp Arena in more than 30 years. A kind of a 2-part question. After scoring only 59 earlier this week in your call last time, you've seen such a big swing in points for one of your teams?
Well, again, it goes back. This is the high possession game. I mean, Kentucky's they're lethal when they get out and run, and they get down the floor. They really attack, and I'm really kind of surprised when I was doing a pregame radio show. Bob asked me about their speed. I said, well, let's talk about our speed. I said, we play fast. I said, that's what we talk about. We play fast. And so I knew it was going to be a high possession game. I knew that. There was no question. But it goes back where I've said it many times that each game takes on its own personality. The last 2 games that we played with Vanderbilt and South Carolina was more of a lower possession game. But we knew coming in here it would be an up and down, a lot of shots. Have I seen a big swing like that? Probably, in the time I've been in it. But that's the reason. It really is. It's not. It's just there's so many possessions in this game compared to the last 2.
Hey Coach, I'm sure when you watch this game, you probably compare, maybe expecting DJ Wagner to play, but just what does he bring to this Kentucky team?
I'm sorry?
DJ Wagner, the point guard.
We know he's a terrific player, and we know he is. And I'll say it, and I've said it many times, there's not a better coach in the country that's going to deal with adversity like John does, and he will get his guys better. They always get better. He's got a lot of young guys. When we were going through the scout report, freshman, and when you got a guy that obviously they've counted on up to this point, and obviously everybody's watched him play through the years, but he's a valuable part. But I can assure you this, that whatever deck that John's got, he's gonna coach that. He's not gonna sit around and think, well, we don't have this, we don't have that. He's gonna take what he's got and try to get the most out of it.
my question was just how different was this Kentucky team compared to when you were preparing with DJ Wagner on the court? Just what different area does he bring to
No,
the team?
again, we were very concerned about the guards, whether he was playing or not. I mean, we knew that he's, again, a guy that can get to the mid-range, he's got a terrific left hand going to the glass, but in terms of how we would have prepared, really not anything differently. You know, we maybe would have mixed up some different ball screen coverage. We do that every game, depending on who it is, how it's going, but in terms of the preparation, we talked about their guards and trying to keep them out of transition. Talked about how important it was to get good shots and not let them get out and go. But in terms of the preparation, it was the same.
Last question.
When you guys went to North Carolina, it seemed like things kind of got away from you early with the crowd just getting into it. How important was it tonight? It seemed like every time the crowd got going, you guys were able to go on a run and answer.
Well, again, not to take away anything from North Carolina, but after coming back from Maui, those Maui blues can hurt you. And but we fought back in the game. But you know, we played at Wisconsin this year. We had an exhibition game at Michigan State that was sold out. We played a really difficult schedule. At times, I thought it was. I wondered, did it help us? Did it not? The week off, you know, we were playing pretty good. We came out of the week off and really wasn't very good. But the fact is, the older guys, as I mentioned earlier, they've been in a lot. They've been in this building many times. They've been in this league's got some really great home court advantages in terms of the fans are into it. But I've said many times, you know, playing at home too. Our fans, I think, are the best in the country. But those older guys were the ones that basically got it done, and they've been in big arenas and loud crowds, and I thought they handled themselves